Hello beauties, welcome back to another YouTube video. As you've seen from the title of the video, today we are doing a makeup starter kit video. Now I've got this question from a couple of people regarding what they specifically need in order to achieve a full makeup look, a look like mine. So I'm going to be taking you through the items that you are going to need as part of your makeup kit. Before we get into the video, let me just mention that you do not need to purchase all of these items at once. Purchasing makeup items all at once to complete a full face can be quite costly, so I'm going to actually recommend the ones which are the most important, the ones that you cannot do without, and I'll show you those. And then you can basically build up your makeup kit as I mentioned. And then secondly, makeup is multifaceted, meaning that there are particular items that you can kind of substitute with another item. For an example, when it comes to highlighter, that is like one of the items according to me you can kind of skip, that it's not a must that you need to buy it. You can kind of use like your eyeshadow palette as a highlighter, or your eyeshadow palette as a contour, as a bronzer. So there's certain items that you can kind of substitute for the other item. So you basically do what's best for you, as long as you go through the ingredients and they're not going to be harmful for that particular part of your face. And also, if you don't have a sensitive skin, I think it's quite fine to substitute one item with the other. All right, let's start with the most important one. So firstly, you're going to need primer. And I'm so sorry, my primer's kinda, you're going to need primer. And this is the Baby Skin Matteless Poreless Primer by Maybelline. Is it Instant Pore Eraser Primer? It's a silicone primer by Maybelline. You need a primer. So primer basically works as a base, so that when you put your makeup on top, it looks smooth and it just basically gives you a beautiful finish. Alternatively, if you do not have primer, if you're on a very tight budget, you can alternatively use this, guys, Vaseline. I mentioned that you do not need to break the bank, especially if you're starting off. Chances are you don't even know the differences between a lot of products. So don't stress yourself out if you can't afford or you aren't able to get a primer. In the meantime, use Vaseline, and once you've upgraded your budget, or once you have budget, you can actually add on a primer. I'm actually still looking for a primer that would be suitable for my face. I actually don't like this primer by Maybelline. I don't know, I just, maybe it's because it's a silicone base. I don't like it, but anyway, let me stop rambling. Secondly, you are going to need a foundation, and this is a must-have. This is one of the staples that you need to have, a foundation. And this is the Maybelline Foundation Superstay Foundation. This is my favorite foundation. I love this foundation. You can basically choose whatever foundation is most suitable for you, but you are going to need a foundation. I forgot to actually mention this, that remember guys, we have different types of skins. There's people who have dry skin, there's people who have oily skin, there's people who have combination skin. So when you purchase your items, when it comes to makeup, actually make reading your best friend. So normally with certain foundations, they will stipulate whether it's a mattifying foundation or whether it is an oily foundation. So you need to purchase items according to your skin type. Normally they write it on the bottle, on the items. If they don't, you are more than welcome to go to Google and actually research that particular item and what type of skin type is most friendly or best for that particular item. And then remember, we are not those girlies that just put on foundation and then we just like, it's fine. You cannot just be putting on foundation, because your face is going to be looking like a round ball. It's just going to be looking like a shapeless round ball. So you need concealer, you need contouring products that's going to bring it and shadows into your face and highlight the most important parts of your face. So next is this LA Pro Girl Concealer. Many of us started with this concealer. I loved this concealer, and then I just I couldn't do it anymore, and then I moved on to Maybelline Fit Me. Maybelline is actually one of my favorite products, one of my favorite makeup brands, guys. And you know what, one day I'm gonna work with them. One day I'm gonna work with it. Anyway, you are going to need a concealer. And the concealer basically highlights the parts of your face that you need to brighten, and hence you put it underneath our eyes to brighten our eyes, and whatever area basically you want to highlight, you would use your concealer. Then the next one, so normally you need a shade or two shades lighter than your original skin tone or your original foundation color, let's just say, to highlight the areas of your face. And then next, to contour, still using our LA Pro Girl Concealer. This normally would be 2 shades darker than your foundation, or 2 shades darker than your skin complexion. What we use the contour concealer for is to basically cause or to basically bring about depth to our face and shadow, to basically sculpt our face according to our desire. So you'd notice that normally we put it around our jawline, underneath, not jawline, cheekbone, excuse me. So we'd normally put it on our cheekbones, or just below our cheekbone, around our jawline area, to sculpt the face again. So for instance, for some of us who have a little bit of double chins, we'd sculpt, the jawline or the ends of our face to kind of make it look smaller. And then other people would put it around their hairline area. So basically would depend on how you like your makeup and the features on your face. With this one, it's really not a necessity. We can actually substitute this second concealer with a different item, which I'll show you when I get to that item. Next up, you are going to need a setting powder, and this is the Revlon Candid Setting Powder in the color, or in the shade 002. So once you've put your cream products, once you've put your foundation, once you've put your concealer on, you can't just leave it like that, or else it's going to move around your face once your natural oil sets in and as you go about your day. So you need a setting powder that's basically going to set your makeup so that it doesn't move throughout the day, and hence you need a setting powder. This is also very important. You need this, or else, we are approaching December here in South Africa, and we are in hot season. We are approaching hot season, so you need to make sure that you've got a setting powder that's going to make sure that your makeup is, staying in the right place. Next up is your contour powder or your contour palette. And this is the Contour Duo Palette by Essence. What this powder basically does is that it sets your cream contour. Now remember, I mentioned that with the first concealer, the darker one, that's when you can actually substitute it. So you can actually substitute it with this item. So what you can do is that you can put on your foundation. You basically put on your foundation, follow up with your concealer, and then once you've set your powder, you'd basically take this powder, your contour powder, and then contour your face. So some people actually skip the process of actually putting cream contour on by just using the powder. If you are starting off, like I mentioned, you can just get this powder. This can also be substituted by your eyeshadow palette. I'll show you one just now, but that's basically the use of a contour, a powder contour. Up next, you are going to need an eyeshadow palette, and this is the eyeshadow palette by Beauty Treats. and this is the 24 Rose Gold palette. Now preferably I'm going to say that when you are starting off and you are buying a eyeshadow palette, go for neutral colors. Go for neutral colors because neutral colors are really easy to work with. So I mentioned that with your contour, you could alternatively use your eyeshadow palette. So for an example, if you look right here, if you can see this well, this shade of brown right here, I could actually use the shade of brown to actually contour my face. So it wouldn't be a necessity for me to purchase either the second concealer, that darker 2 shades darker concealer to contour my face, or either purchase a contour palette to kind of shadow my face. I could just basically use this darker shade or this brown shade that is available in my eyeshadow palette. I mentioned that if you are starting off, it's best for you to go for neutral colors when it comes to your eyeshadow. Neutral colors are really simple to work with, but I mean, it is your choice at the end of the day. Remember, with the eyeshadow palette as well, you'd see that I've got some shades or some colors that have shimmer. I could actually use this as well, or some of these shimmer colors, to actually highlight my face. So if you'd notice on my face, my nose or my nasal area kind of looks shiny. You'd notice on the one side or on both sides of my face, there's like a shiny thingy situation going on there. So that is highlighter. You could alternatively use this. Or alternatively, you can purchase a separate highlighter, but honestly, it's not necessary it's not necessary if you've got an eyeshadow palette that can basically do the job for you. So if you can afford one, you would then go ahead and buy yourself or purchase yourself a highlighter. This is a highlighter palette by Essence. It's called Glow My Mind. It's a glow My Mind, or the name of the palette. Gosh, the name of the palette is Glow My Mind. So yeah, this is a highlighter, and you'd basically use this to just basically highlight parts of your areas or areas of your face that you want to highlight. I think that is self-explanatory. Lastly, I think you're going to need setting spray for the purpose of this video, because I know people love the setting spray. Like, I've heard so many things about the setting spray, but unfortunately it doesn't work for me, and I just feel so bad that it doesn't work for me. But I'm like trying so hard to finish this bottle. You're basically going to need a setting spray to set all of your makeup. Again, dependent on how you want your finish look to look like, you are going to choose a setting spray according to that. So for an example, if you want a matte finish, as this Maybelline one says it does, you then purchase a mattifying sort of a mattifying setting spray. If you want more of like a dewy, glowy look, you'd go for, basically, it's written on the bottle, you'd go for a setting spray that's going to give you a dewy or a finished look. And then lastly but not least, get yourself a clear sort of lip gloss, a clear lip gloss. And this is the lip gloss by Essence, named Plumbing Nudes. I'd suggest get yourself a clear lip gloss. It is, like, for instance, if I would want to zhuzh up this lippy that I have on, I can just basically go on top of this lip color with a clear gloss. And I just think clear gloss it does the job, even if you don't have any lipstick on. This is actually my favorite lip gloss. I actually need to get more lip glosses. I've heard beautiful things about the Fenty one, the Maybelline one, so I think I might be putting that on my items that I need to get and add onto my list. So here, guys, those are the basic makeup items that you need in order for you to create this look. I actually used those products to actually create a full makeup look. As I mentioned, you do not need to break the bank. You can basically budget what item you want to purchase next. Oh yeah, the stuff that I actually missed out is actually your brushes. So for an example, you are going to need a makeup foundation brush. But if that again is something that's not in your budget, it's something that can be substituted, well, that's according to, or that would be dependent on what makeup technique you prefer. But alternatively, you can still use a beauty blender to actually blend out your foundation. You can still use a beauty blender to blend out your concealer. You can use a beauty blender to basically contour your face if you're using a cream contour. And then you can just get like one brush to basically a contour brush. You can still use your contour brush to put on your highlighter. Oh my gosh, I just realized I forgot one last item, guys. How can I forget blush? This is the blush, well, it's called Just Blushing by LA Girl. Yeah, blush is also another one. Well, it's not really a necessity. You can still use your eyeshadow palette again to basically substitute the work or the purpose of an actual blush product. So where was I? So yeah, you can still use your contour brush to actually put on your highlighter, and then the rest you can basically buy like a blending sort of brush for your eyeshadow. But as I mentioned, guys, I don't believe in the fact that because this is a foundation brush, then I can't use it for concealer. Because this is a concealer brush, then like I just feel like some things are really unnecessary. Like makeup is meant to be easy, and whatever works for you, as long as it gets the job done, then kudos to you. Yeah, I hope I didn't forget anything, but if you do have any questions regarding any products, you're more than welcome to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up. If you have not done so by now, please do make sure that you subscribe down below. It is absolutely for free of charge. Share this video with someone that you think might find it helpful, and yeah, I'll see you on my next one.